Hello there, plant friends and family. Today on Few True Seeds, I'm going to show you real quickly how I go about doing a dry sift with what are traditionally used for water extraction and bubble hash, but today I'll be using them for dry sift. This is a strain called Champ. It's an inbred line that I've been cultivating for several years. This stuff was outdoor grown up in the mountains in Vermont. But my first step that I do is I break down what is very dry material here, and I sift it through this first colander here, and this allows me to remove a lot of the stems. It allows me to keep the seed that I hand pollinated a lot of these with, and it breaks up the material into smaller pieces so that it will be evenly distributed throughout this micron bag that I have below it. Now, this one I picked, I believe, is 160 microns. You can try different stuff, but it's a relatively large micron size, so it will allow a lot of material through, because I'm going to take this stuff, this dry sift, and I'm going to do an stovetop ethanol extraction with it, so you folks will end up seeing how that works as well. This is a very untraditional way of doing this, but it is a method that I've developed in order to save on alcohol extraction, because typically, a lot of the leaf material, etc., soaks up a ton of alcohol and you end up losing a bunch. So this is the step I take in order to preserve the amount of alcohol I use and kind of simplify these. So I've strained out a lot of my material here. This isn't quite as dry as I'd like it. We really want it really dry, so dry that it's easy to push all of these small pieces through and collect your seed, which is on the bottom there. It should come out looking something like that, if you can see that. You should be able to push enough material through that you can collect your seed. So it's a decent way of seed separating as well, and separating out the different portions of the plant, getting rid of the leaf and the stem material. And you can see inside is a nicely broken up material. And if we agitate this, it will go through the micron filter and we'll collect it inside the 5-gallon bucket. Now, this is what I use to agitate. Usually I'd fill this right up as much as possible, but you can see, oops, that inside we're just agitating it and pushing it against the edges of that micron screen, just like you would bubble hash, but we're doing it with dry sift.